Good morning, and thank you for joining me for WECT News Now at 11. I'm Randy Aldridge. We begin with breaking news from this morning. President Donald Trump saying that the interim agreement with Iran is over. His comments were made early this morning as he prepares for the latest NATO summit and after U.S. military strikes on Iran overnight, which were retaliation for Tehran's attacks on ships in the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Central Command says the strikes hit Iranian targets, including air defense systems, radar, and over 60 small boats used by Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard. Those vessels have been key in harassing ships in the Strait. Prior to the president's comments this morning, the U.S. military said they remain postured and prepared to hold Iran accountable when the agreement is not adhered to or obeyed. Negotiations to reach a final deal had been due to start after the burial of Iran's supreme leader, who was killed in the first days of the war. And the president is also speaking out on a number of countries and trade partners. At the NATO summit, he once again stated that he feels Greenland should become part of the United States, and he has ordered Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent to cut off trade ties with Spain, calling Madrid a terrible partner in NATO. The exchange of attacks today are already impacting oil prices. Both Brent crude and West Texas Intermediate were jumping up. I've been checking those prices all morning. At last checks, both of those benchmarks were hovering at around a 5% increase. Global bond markets also tumbled in early trading. And then just a couple of hours ago at the group photo for the NATO summit, President Donald Trump once again called peace talks with Iran, quote, "They're scum, they're sick people. They're led by sick people. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a waste of time dealing with them," end quote. And somebody who is not scum and who I do want to deal with is Gannon Medwick. How are you?
Good. I'm happy to be in Randy Land.
You see that?
Is that new?
It is brand new.
Okay.
I got that as a birthday gift.
Okay.
You know what? Were you here the day that Elle and I were talking about Fish Killer?
I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, I wasn't here.
Probably not. So, and I'll show it to you when we get off. I got some great gifts from somebody who watches every day.
Okay.
And one of them has to do with that.
Okay.
I'll show it to you when we get out of here. It's
Check
just
it out.
I need to actually get it so I can show everybody because it's hysterical.
All right. Well.
But yes, I've been joking that I called this Randy Land, so
Okay.
I literally have now got a placard. Merch is going to be set for sale any day now.
The happiest place in headlines.
You like that?
John zooming it out. We get the full effect there.
Yeah.
Good job, John, on the controls. I got some first alert weather days to line up.
I know. How many are we up to now?
If the suite runs out, it would be 10 or 11 total, and
Oh my God.
certainly in our pocket since the last Friday, Saturday, because it was hot 4th of July weekend. Most of us have been under a heat advisory from the National Weather Service for the last 5-6 days, and now it's an excessive heat warning. So National Weather Service speak, but really it's the thresholds of 105 and even more likely 110 for that upgrade. It's all pretty intense, especially as the heat just kind of stacks up day after day.
Wow.
It can be very taxing on an individual. And so especially if you've got, elderly or very young, people with chronic illnesses, people who work outside that are in your purview, you care about these people. This is like the heat wave. It's been cresting slowly, and it's still cresting, and then we want to tell you when it's going to break, when our first alert weather day program today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and then we'll go back to just kind of normal as we get into Sunday. Although the chances for storms there that come with the heat wave breaking still in a decent category. We've had some storm chances over recent days. They've come to fruition. Some lucky backyards, no such luck here at 11:04, the latest radar scan. And our chances today lower than the last few. They'll not spike until Saturday.
No,
upper
not at all.
80s. Yeah, upper 80s and lower 90s for our temperatures, and like that transition there. Heat index values already well into the triple digits in some cases. Jacksonville just kind of dipping its toe in the water a little bit. A cool and refreshing 96. Oh, goodness. Mainly in the afternoons will our first alert weather day program be focused. Heat index values 102 to 112, so that encompasses that 110 a little more prominently. I think some backyards maybe 114, 116.
Oh,
Every tick higher just means that the chance for heat-related illness becomes a little better, especially if you throw caution to the wind. So you don't want to do that. Heat exhaustion and heat stroke are real threats in patterns like
Oh my
this.
gosh, look at those temperatures.
Yeah, man. They roll into the feels like. Of course, the other component is humidity. The temperature is eye-popping enough in your 3-zone forecast for today. I know it's the middle of summer, but our average is 90. So when we're 5 to 10 above that, that's expensive this time of year. And notice, Randy, your 3-zone forecast through those other first alert weather days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I even pulled the trigger on, I think I inherited a 99. Let's go 100 for our inland zone here for tomorrow and Friday. And then you
Wow.
consider extra humidity on top of that. The rest and hydration going to be key. Let's see if we can hydrate your garden with some shower thunderstorm chances spiking with the way that heat wave breaks. This is a low resolution model, but it goes out to the weekend. Daily shower and storm chances on Saturday and Sunday are going to be of the higher variety in that camp. And I will be keenly watching for the higher resolution modeling to maybe get some more clarity on when exactly those storms will pop. But I think that system will do its job in taking our highs from 95 to 100 for most backyards. Our lows, not that low, near 80, more of that business. And it'll kind of set the thermostat a little lower Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we'll headline not as hot, and we'll keep an eye on some of those lingering shower and storm chances. A lot of times, this time of year, the cooler temperatures shake hands with rain chances. It's like the
we're
rain
loving that.
chances
Yes.
are necessary to bring about the cooler temperatures, and this may be a textbook example of that.
Well, that is a 10-degree drop.
Yeah.
I mean, 99 to 89. I mean, you've got to wait 4 days for it to happen. I'm not sure we're going to feel that much different.
Yeah,
But
I still think you're running your AC.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
not like an anomalous cool down where it's like, can you remember like once or twice maybe in history, like you can remember like an anomalous July pattern where you like can throw open the windows and stuff. It's like everything goes correctly. This is just getting us from extreme to back to closer to normal and maybe a little bit below if we play our cards right. So it'll feel good, feel better.
It'll feel better. It'll feel better. It's still going to be warm. I do hate to see rain chances on the weekends when so many people are here on the weekends. But if you're here to visit, times have been rough down here in terms of rain. We need it.
Extreme, yeah. I mean, because you've got like, if say you're here to visit, let's say the owner of the hotel, Airbnb, is thinking about water restrictions that may be in place or may be being contemplated. So it all rolls in. It's like we need to pay the piper as far as
right. And those Brunswick County homeowners and hotel owners, they are already under water restrictions.
Yeah, level 2, and they're thinking about level 3. So,
which I would bet's coming sooner than later. I mean, if
hope
rain
it
doesn't
doesn't.
come this weekend, I think that's probably coming pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that. That thought. Hopefully not, and that's why in this pattern usually you root. Okay, well, is it raining on my garden? Yay! Now we were like, hey, it's raining on my neighbor's garden. Yeah,
yes.
At least somebody's getting it.
Yes.
So we're all kind of in the same pie as far as the water distribution companies as well.
Yes, people are posting photos. I don't think it was real, but it was pretty accurate. It's like in your car and you're looking forward and it's sunshine, but you look in the rearview mirror and it's rain.
Oh yeah,
because you're that close between the two.
It might have been real. I mean,
it's certainly possible.
Yeah, like
it's
you have
possible.
rain on one side of the street and not the other.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. But you got to watch that. You got to watch that AI.
I know.
Watch that.
I know. It's making me so suspicious of photos these days.
Yeah.
Unless I take it myself, and then it's probably been doctored up if it's of me. I go through all the filters.
Yeah. Well, this is not an AI heat wave. It's an actual heat wave.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Gannon. All right. We got a lot of local headlines for you this morning, starting with Brunswick County deputies asking for your help finding a missing 39-year-old woman. The sheriff's office says Johanna Marshburn was last seen around 10 o'clock Sunday night on Stony Brook Court off River Road in Brunswick County. Deputies say they do not know which direction she went or if she left on foot or was picked up by a vehicle. Marshburn was last seen wearing a white T-shirt, jean shorts, and a blue hoodie tied around her waist. If you have any information on where she may be, you're asked to call the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office or 911. And state wildlife officers had a busy 4th of July weekend. Their Operation Dry Water ended up getting 29 impaired boaters off the waters across North Carolina. They also wrote nearly 500 citations. Officers also investigated a teenager drowning at Jordan Lake in Chatham County. So I told you yesterday about the North Carolina Department of Transportation needing input on proposed projects around the state. Well, last night, the NCTOT held its first of 2 meetings to hear from you. Thousands of projects are competing for more than $1 billion in funding across the state. Here in our region, that includes a replacement for a new fixed bridge on Causeway Drive in Wrightsville Beach and intersection improvements at Carolina Beach Road and Shipyard Boulevard in Wilmington. In Brunswick County, improvements to Highway 211 and a possible new ferry. Neighbors say that opportunities like yesterday's give everyday drivers a direct say in decisions that will impact their everyday lives.
They listen, and the more input they get, the more I feel like that they can look at putting funds toward things we need in our communities.
Bladen and Columbus counties will have a meeting next Thursday. That meeting is happening in Fayetteville. There's also an interactive map where you can submit comments online until July 31st. Info on that meeting and the map are right here inside this story on WECT.com or on our app. How about this? $18 million federal dollars are coming to North Carolina for infrastructure, and a good chunk of that going to the state port in Wilmington. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announcing an investment of nearly $2 billion across 52 states, and nearly $10 million will go to the port. It will improve safety, capacity, and efficiency. One firefighter had to go to the hospital after responding to a hazardous materials fire at a rail yard in Chadbourn. Crews responded to the Grist Road site around 2 yesterday. Wilmington's hazmat team also responding, deploying 2 trailers to monitor the air quality. The cause of the fire and the materials involved still remain under investigation. Several things trending online today. If you see a heavy police presence or hear loud noises near UNCW's Student Rec Center this week, well, don't panic. Through tomorrow, first responders from across the country are participating in a federal tactical medical training program. The afternoon exercises will feature realistic scenarios, including emergency vehicles, and there'll be actors portraying victims. In Southport, Dozier Hospital is hosting a drive-through food donation event to support families served by Porch South Brunswick. Here's what you need to know to help out. Donations are until 1 o'clock today. They're asking for non-perishable food items only. All you have to do is drive up and hand the food to hospital staff. You'll find staff at the front entrance of the hospital in Southport. Last year, the drive collected more than 500 pounds of food. And just about 30 minutes ago, Discovery Bay opened at Wilmington's Independence Mall. It is the temporary space for the North Carolina Aquarium at Fort Fisher as it undergoes a multi-year, multi-million-dollar renovation. At the mall, you can see poison dart frogs, carnivorous plants, and other animal residents. There are also animal encounters, education programs, and an extensive gift shop. It's in the JCPenney wing on the Independence Boulevard side of the mall. And a few stories trending right now on our website and app. This is right at the top of them all. The famed sweet treat from the Cape Fear is heading south of the border. Brits Donuts getting ready to open a second location in Charleston. The much-lauded donut shop that you can only get right now on Carolina Beach Boardwalk is expanding. In a big announcement today, Brits said that the new location is Charleston, but they did not give an exact location quite yet. There is something new for the location. Unlike the Carolina Beach location, which opens in the summer, the Charleston location will open in the fall. All right, John, can you talk to me?
Yeah, I can talk.
Excuse me. What do you think about Brits Donuts? Do you love them?
Okay, so Brits Donuts, I do like Brits Donuts because they're similar to Krispy Kreme in a way, but it's also one of those things. Is like I don't get the hype behind them, but I like the donuts.
So I love them. If I had to rank my favorites, I would probably put Brits at the top.
Okay.
I have a couple of caveats about that, okay?
Okay.
First of all, you can only eat them right that minute.
Right.
They do not, I mean, people do travel and they're fine, but they are the best when they are coming right out of the fryer and into your hand.
Yeah.
The second thing is, When I lived at Carolina Beach for almost 20 years, I loved them so much because I could ride my bike from my house to Brits and eat a donut and then ride my bike back. And I used up the same number of calories in the bike ride that was in a donut.
So you had you equaled it out.
Exactly. It was a zero-sum game.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like Krispy Kreme, and then I do like Dunkin' Donuts every once in a while. But I'm a big fan of those Devil Food Intamin donuts.
Oh, yes.
I love those things, man.
Of course. Who doesn't like that? I will tell you also, though, just so you know, when it comes to donuts, I'm a big fan. My wedding cake was 7 layers of Krispy Kreme donuts.
Really?
Yes.
Holy
with a cake topper on the top of it.
Wow,
Yes.
wow, wow.
We couldn't get you on can for that?
I was trying to get the focus, but the focus isn't working on me.
Ah, I
So
get it.
see, I'll bring it up. I'm blurry.
There you
blurry. I'm out
go.
of
There's
focus.
John. We need to get a super for him that says donut lover.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, John. I'm going to move on just a little bit right now because I'm excited about both Discovery Bay and, of course, the donuts. But this next story that I have right now, I've been hopping up and down about this for days here in the newsroom. I don't know about you, but when it comes to recycling, I never know what is or what is not okay to go into that bin. I call myself an aspirational recycler, which means I put anything in there that I think can be recycled. I put it all in the can and hope that it gets sorted out on the other end. I have learned that may not be correct. In fact, it's probably not. But this month is known as Plastic Free July, and our own Raina Crooms set out to get some answers. Hey, John, there you are. She went to the New Hanover County Recycling Center, and she talked to Joe Sullivan. He's the director of the New Hanover County Recycling and Solid Waste Center. He says recycling has a long list of benefits, which I agree. It does cut down on pollution. It saves limited resources. It supports jobs, and it helps extend the life of landfills by saving space. He says many items that people toss, like paper products, aluminum cans, and glass, can often be recycled, and it's good for our region as well.
Here in New Hanover County, it takes about 25,000 tons out of the waste stream every year. So that's keeping it out of the landfill, essentially, keeping it off the roads as litter, keeping it out of our waterways, things like that. So it does have an impact.
All right, so I went to the New Hanover County Recycling and Solid Waste website, because yes, there is one, and I looked for some things that I think we all have questions about. So I'm going to go through this just a little bit. Okay, first of all, any metal container can be recycled. You do need to rinse them out, but you don't have to take labels off. Soft cover books, just throw them in. Hard cover books, pull the pages out. They don't take the hard covers, but you can throw them in as well. Don't include the spine. Cardboard boxes, but no styrofoam. Cartons, glass jars, and bottles. All of that's fine. Rinse them out, but you don't put the lids back on them. Separate those. Also, most paper, and that includes magazines, which I thought you couldn't. And also, your to-go cups. Most of those can go in as well. But here's some things that I didn't know about. Things you can't recycle. Plastic bags. So like your grocery store bags, you can take those back to the grocery store. A lot of the stores take those and they'll do them separately, but don't put them in your recycling bin. Evidently, they mess up the machines. No styrofoam. You cannot put anything that held oil, like containers that had oil in them or pesticides. Pizza boxes are a no. Plastic utensils are a no, and I didn't know that. Straws are a no. You can't throw in old cookware. Shredded paper you can't throw in, so if you're going to recycle it, don't shred it. And also diapers, okay? So, I have Raina Crooms here with me now. So I've been threatening to do this, and she's scared to death I'm about to pull my trash can out and pull up
Do you
pieces.
have it?
I didn't bring it. I decided not to put you through that. But you went and did this. She was there this morning. By the way, you went from last week at Wrightsville Beach at sunrise
I know.
to the dump.
Yeah, this job takes me everywhere.
You really thought that that's a full spectrum right there
Yeah.
of things you've got to
And
do.
it stunk. You can smell
It stunk
Yeah,
and bugs and
smelled
rats.
like it looked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't set anything on the ground. When you go home, don't walk in
I
your house in
know.
your shoes. You clean them up before you go in. Okay, tell us what you learned, because she will tell you. I've been harping on this for a week
Yes.
because I don't.
You have a lot of questions.
I do. I try so hard, and I have so many questions. But tell me what were your first thoughts on this whole thing?
Okay, my first thoughts were, honestly, it's a little bit easier than I was expecting, but there are a few things just to be mindful of. I'm not going to say it's difficult or complicated, because I feel like once you have it down in your head, you're like, okay, I can do this, I can do that. But I was the kind of person, I was recycling those plastic bags from the grocery store, thinking, oh, I'm doing my part, saving the planet, but you actually can't. But things like the jars, glass jars, aluminum cans, it's easy. Basically, the way Joel Silliman, we just heard from him, anything that comes from a tree for the most part, so cardboard boxes, not the pizza boxes, but like an Amazon box, stuff like that, moving boxes. You can throw those in the recycling. Your mail papers, you don't have to take the stickers off of that. If you're getting rid of old artwork, you can go ahead and throw that in the bin. So easy, and then people, if you're trying to get rid of your glass jars, just rinse them out. You don't have to have them perfectly sterile. You don't have to run them through the dishwasher. Right. Don't have to take the labels off. Just take the lid off separately.
I didn't know that. I was putting the lids back on.
Oh, yeah. Take the take the lid off. Yeah. You can keep the label on because the machine can filter through all of that already.
I thank you, because this is clearing up some stuff for me.
Good.
But I was shocked about, because I thought straws and plastic utensils, I thought that was like high up on the list because that keeps them out of landfills.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought the same thing.
But it's because of their size that they mess up the machines? That's the same thing with the shredded paper. It just
I'm
gums
not
up the machine?
100% sure because of the size or no, but I just know we can't do it. And it's really interesting to think because you think, okay, those are the most common things I think you would think of when it comes to recycling. Same with the plastic bags. And I know for sure the plastic bags, they tangle up the machine. Yeah. And so it's kind of an inefficient thing. But there is a way to recycle the bags at least. Just take them back to the grocery store.
And that includes dry cleaning bags. I looked this up because
film, any kind of film.
Yeah, we work in news, so a lot of my stuff goes to the dry. I can't make this shirt look like this on my own.
You're better than me. My dad always tells me to take it to the dry cleaning, and I don't.
I cannot get this on
my own.
Nice. Well, thank you. I wouldn't have gone in for that, but but it drives me insane. Those bags, which is fine. I mean, I always say them like, but I don't need this bag. I'll keep it clean. Yeah. They're like, no, we send it home with it this way. So, okay, this is going to make me sound like the biggest cheapskate. So I read this.
Do you reuse your recycled plastic bags?
I reuse the dry clean bags. So John talking head, John's head's going to blow off. I read this many, many years ago. They are the same thickness as wastebasket. Plastic. Like not like your main kitchen one, but so I use it in my bathroom.
Okay, that's actually
tie
kind
a
of
knot in the bottom and put it in.
I feel like that's resourceful.
And then because it's full of stuff I wouldn't, from the bathrooms, it's not recyclable anyway. So then you can just throw that in your regular waste.
Yeah, that's actually, I think that's resourceful.
I call that my version. Yeah, what do you think, John?
That's the reuse.
The reuse part of this.
And another thing you can't recycle, if you have like a microwave meal or something and it has the plastic film, that cannot be recycled.
You know what? It drives me crazy about manufacturers. Okay. I'm sure. By the way, did you see my sign when you came in?
Yes, I thought it was really cute.
Yes, Randyland. Welcome to Randyland. Okay, so it drives me crazy when manufacturers use two materials in one thing. Like, why does your Kleenex box have to have that little bit of plastic?
I know, so you can't do anything with it.
You'd have to take it apart, which I never seem to get it all out at the same time.
It's hard.
Yeah, so I've done some research on this, because she knows I've been working on this. So I found out a lot of the times with manufacturers, they'll put the recycle logo on it. There's really no... there's no consistency to that. There are no guidelines. They can say yes.
And that's what I felt too with the plastic bags. A lot of them have that recycle logo on them. And you're like, okay, I'm doing the right thing, putting it in the recycling.
Yeah.
No.
But it's not.
And another thing is, I know where I live, they don't have recycling. I live in an apartment complex. There's no recycling there. So if you are someone who wants to participate in that, you either have to go to the recycling center in the county, drop off your stuff, or go to one of the 7 locations within the county, which, I think I'm going to start doing that because in my head, okay, if we can all do a little bit to save, what we have, our resources, like, why not? Yeah. So, yeah.
The older I get, the more I've really gotten into this. Where I live, and I cannot find the answer to this, and I know you're not going to know the answer to this, but we put our regular trash goes in like a regular trash bag, but your recycling goes in a blue trash bag. So my question was, and I cannot find the answer to this.
I've never seen a blue trash bag.
It's color coded so that when they pick up the trash, the blue bag is supposed to go to recycling. But now that I heard about the no bags, I'm learning. Okay, well, is all of this just getting thrown away because it's in a bag?
I've always seen recycling be loose, so I've never seen it in bags. So
that's where I live. It goes into a colored bag, so I don't know, and I'm going to find out.
So why have you gotten more into recycling with age?
Well, a few things. Number one, it's gotten easier. And I've said this for 100 years. I think people will recycle or want to.
Mm-hmm.
I think every trash can ought to have 2 separate sections.
Yeah.
You know, one for trash,
agree.
one for recycling.
To make it easier.
Yeah, just, I think, I mean, you're putting a can out there, do it. And I think over the years it's gotten simpler because I've made it simpler. I have 2 bins, one for
That's
recycling.
good.
And I'm just more conscious of it. Like, you know, when I was growing up, we never thought about, you know, landfills eventually filling up. And it just waste makes me mad the
Yeah,
older I get. And it's
unnecessary
just
waste.
waste to throw something. And especially now that all the information's out, you know, like, you know, a metal
So much
can lasts
information
10,000
available.
years or something. Like, I read this, okay, and I say this to restaurants all the time. They love giving you a styrofoam cup, like to-go cup or
Yeah.
something. If there had been a styrofoam cup on the Mayflower, that cup would still be here.
That's great. Yeah, when you put it that way, you know, and I remember, because I guess, you know, we're obviously from different generations, but as I was growing up, we watched so many different videos on reduce, reuse, recycle, songs, all these kinds of things. And, you know, when I was living at home, recycling was easy because I was in a regular neighborhood, but
Right.
now that I'm, you know, you just have to find how it works for you. So I definitely have gotten a separate bag now to put things that I can recycle, and then, you know, gonna drop it off at one of the locations because I think it's worth it.
I think we should have it here.
I agree.
I am shocked. We
I have
we use
I have
so
brought
much
that up.
paper here.
I'm gonna say I have brought that up.
Yes.
Why don't we have recycling here?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bring it up again.
I think we should. I think we should.
Yeah, we go through
I
a lot.
have been harping on this, and I just makes me mad.
Yes, we go
Makes
through
me
a
mad.
lot of paper
We do.
here.
We do.
And we don't shred it either, so it can be recycled.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna bring that up again after I leave here.
I'm sure that GFL or whoever comes picks up the trash will figure this out for us.
Yeah, they come every week.
What was the biggest takeaway you got from all of this?
I would say is even if you are just one person and you think your glass or your aluminum can or your stack of old magazines won't make a difference, it definitely does. It adds up. If one person just continues to do the same thing over and over again, we're a whole community. We can make a difference. Only 11% of people in New Hanover County recycle.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That
so
actually,
11%.
that actually
And so
it just pisses me off.
and the
I'm
national
gonna say
average
that
is
word.
35, which still isn't pretty high,
No.
but we're way behind that.
Yeah.
And so if we can all just do a little bit at a time, I do think that'll make a big difference. It adds to jobs in our community.
Yeah.
It takes away, creates more space in our landfill, which we need, especially as our community continues to grow. So all of the information is available online. We have it on the WECT website right now, on our app. You can go to the New Hanover County website for yourself and look. But there's a lot of information available, so you can make recycling work for you.
I'm so happy you did this. We talked about this story when she was just, talking about this. I was like, you have to do it. Make her do it, you know?
Well, I love any kind of environmental story. I think it just has a special place in my heart. Like, I love stories with animals, environmental stories.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime I get the chance, I like to just spread the word, keep people informed. You know, I didn't know only 11% of people in our county recycle.
I know.
So.
I'm gonna throw into something else about this. Okay, this has been. I watched a documentary about how much waste. Fast fashion
Yes.
is one of the
It's
worst.
awful.
And a lot of that stuff gets shipped to countries because we donate it.
Yeah,
but
it
it just
just
becomes
sits in the
garbage
water.
and floats in oceans because it is so much better to buy. Go to
The thrift store.
I hate the word thrift stores. People think
Even my
it's
dress
ju-
is
it's
actually
junk.
secondhand.
Yeah,
I bought it off Poshmark
Well,
from someone
exactly.
else. It's a brand new Calvin Klein dress.
Yes.
It would have been put in the trash.
Yes,
But
and my ties I use a rental service so that
Okay,
they get
nice.
reused.
Yeah.
But I hate the word thrift stores because people think it's just
Old and
cast off
dingy.
junk stuff.
Yeah.
There are resale stores out there for everybody, for every
Exactly.
budget. I have 2
This is
grandchildren.
from
For kids.
Poshmark.
Yeah.
I like to go to Poshmark. Very easy, very simple. $20, brand new dress.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely so many things out there. I did. I work with the Plastic Ocean Project and do their trash and fashion show every
Oh
year.
yes, I've been to that. It's
It's so
great.
fun,
Yes.
and I had it at the earlier in June. And people will take things that are normally trash and turn them into these really cool outfits. And I love supporting events like that. And there's so much information. There's so much that we can reuse that you don't have to throw away. Whenever I'm getting rid of clothes, I always ask my friends, "Hey, does
yeah.
anyone want this?" Or
By the
you
time
can
I
sell
send
them for
something
money.
to donate or get rid of. It's been through many hands and
Yeah.
it is worn out. Something else that people need to stop doing is buying fast furniture.
Oh.
because that does not get
I haven't even thought
recycled.
about that.
You can't do it. You know, you get a sofa that you have a year and a half, and that goes to a landfill. There's no
Yeah.
other place that it can go.
A good thing to use is Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook
if you are looking
Marketplace,
for
or
furniture, but
save
you don't
your
have a big
pennies and buy some-
budget.
Yeah, save your pennies and buy something that's going to last you 10 or 15 years. Furniture lasts a long time, and it kills me. People will put will go into debt to buy a car that they trade in 5 years, but they won't go into debt for a sofa they're going to keep for 15.
Yeah.
I just okay, it makes me crazy. But the other thing, that's my last tip, and then I will let you go because I know you're like, I got to go work. But when you're putting cans into your recycling or into trash,
You don't have to crush them.
no, you should crush them because animals can get their heads stuck through them.
Really?
And they will die because
Well,
they
the
can't get it
director
out.
of New Hanover County Recycling said don't do it because it can confuse the machines. So maybe.
Well, maybe not, I'm not talking about crush them. I flatten them.
Oh, okay.
I don't wanna-
think they want them regular though.
Well, I
Maybe,
would rather,
like-
I'd rather go to a landfill than have one animal
I
with my
know.
can stuck around its neck.
Well, if you're trying to, I told you, I saw some. Well, Mike, cameraman, he saw some big rats.
Yeah.
So you're saving the rats out there
Well, I mean,
from getting in the cans.
you know what? We're going to do some. I'm going to do some research on that to see which is better. What they mean by crushing. Versus
Yeah, he told me don't like if it's a soda can, whatever, don't have to crush it. You can just leave
Wonder
it
what
as
flatten
is.
Okay.
Is that the same thing as crushing?
I thought crushing meant like top to bottom. like when I was in college, you do a beer can on your head.
Okay, I thought those were the same thing, but I could be wrong.
Well, we will do more on this. I tell you
Yeah.
what, this was
So much
maybe
to
just a
talk about.
weekly segment. Like,
Hey,
we'll
I would
we'll
love
call it
to.
Trash Talk.
That would be fun. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you so much.
That's a good
Randy.
name.
I
You
appreciate
should use that name.
You like that?
That's a good name.
You like that?
That's what
I-
Randy texted me this morning, and I was like, oh, I know. He's so proud he came up with that. Are you
Well-
having fun talking trash?
Yeah, exactly. I sent her a message, and first you didn't respond to it hardly at all. I was like,
Yes,
I thought
I
I would get a
did.
good laugh
Oh,
out
I
of you
thought I
standing at
did.
the dump.
I thought, well, I responded in my head. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I was
Good,
like,
good,
oh,
good.
I know he thinks he's clever.
Well, I am clever.
You are the smartest.
All right, thank you so much, Raina. I appreciate it. We're going to keep moving right now with a look around the region with some scary moments for a homeowner in Huntersville. This is surveillance video catching the moment a tree fell on a mobile home. This happened as storms were moving through the area. This morning, that woman who lived in that home in serious condition. According to Huntersville Fire Department, it took them 45 minutes using hydraulic tools to get the woman who lived there out. Right now, it is unclear why the tree fell, and Huntersville Fire says they cannot rule out the weather, but they do know that tree was in bad condition. Well, it's hard to believe, but the time to start thinking about back-to-school shopping could be right now. But if you want to save a few bucks, get ready to head to South Carolina. The South Carolina tax-free weekend is August 7th through August 9th. During those 3 days, shoppers will not have to pay state or local taxes, sales taxes on many back-to-school items, and that includes clothing, school supplies, computers, certain bed and bath essentials, and tech. The savings applies to both in-stores and online, which is one way that families will be able to stretch their back-to-school budgets. So, for the first time since 2023, North Carolina has a new state budget. Governor Josh Stein signed the budget into law after a year's worth of delays and negotiations between leaders in the General Assembly. The $34 billion budget is the largest in state history. Notably, it includes raises for teachers, state employees, retirees, and law enforcement. But by how much? Well, a 3% boost for state employees, an average of 8% for educators, which is their biggest pay raise in 20 years. Here's what else you'll find in the budget. First, it cuts your personal income tax from almost 4% to nearly 3.5%. It adds an extra $150 million in Hurricane Helene recovery and more than $10 million in Tropical Storm Chantal recovery. It also fully funds Medicaid, and it sets up future tax cuts, which would drop the rate to nearly 2.5% by 2034. That's as long as the state hits certain revenue goals. However, Governor Stein did point out some aspects of the bill that he does not like, such as funding cuts for legal aid and slashing more than 100 state government jobs. The bill raises taxes on sports betting and includes dozens of policy changes and budget adjustments to public schools. Stein says the bill leaves a lot more work to be done.
I was speaking with the speaker today, and I told him I was going to be signing the budget. And I said, but there are other issues that I have problems with, and there are other issues that we need to keep working on. And he said, look, in this budget, there are things that I don't like. In this budget, there are things that the President Pro Tem doesn't like. That's what happens in a democracy. You have to make compromises. But if you're committed to the common good, you can make progress, and that's what this budget represents.
State House Speaker Destin Hall called the bill the best budget in decades. And while much of the attention is focused on teacher raises and tax changes, there's another big investment tucked inside the budget. Nearly $154 million for the UNC system, and that's just to support enrollment growth. Right now, our public state universities are seeing record enrollment. For the first time ever, enrollment topped 256,000 students. Total enrollment jumped more than 3% from the fall of 2024. In fact, the UNC system said it saw enrollment growth at 15 of its 16 universities. The only school that took a hit was UNC Asheville. However, leaders say the retention rate did climb, so students are staying and hopefully getting their diplomas. And while the UNC system is seeing growth, these millions of dollars will be used to help keep up with that demand. UNC Chapel Hill Chancellor Lee Roberts shared this message last week following the passage of the budget.
We endeavor to be faithful stewards of the public resources entrusted to us. And we believe that with these continued investments in higher education across our state, the best days for our university and for our incredible state are yet to come.
Gotta love that old well. Well, here is something interesting to note. The UNC system reports more than 90% of its enrollment growth is happening in workforce-focused majors. So we're talking engineering, nursing, biology, business, and other STEM fields. These are areas that are in high demand when it comes to landing a job. The funding also includes nearly $5 million to support continued growth at NC Promise schools. That's where in-state tuition remains just $500 per semester. Those schools are Elizabeth City State University, Fayetteville State University, the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, and Western Carolina University. And university leaders are saying that this multi-million-dollar enrollment investment is about more than just filling classrooms. It's about preparing more teachers, nurses, engineers, scientists, and other skilled workers to meet North Carolina's growing workforce needs. And taking a look around the country now, a federal judge in Florida has dismissed a defamation lawsuit brought by the Trump Media and Technology Group against the Washington Post. The lawsuit stems from a 2023 article titled "Trust Linked to Porn-Friendly Bank Could Gain a Stake in Trump's Truth Social." Trump Media accused the publication of a conspiracy to harm the company and wanted nearly, get this, $4 billion in damages. Well, yesterday, a U.S. district judge sided with the Washington Post and threw out the case. The judge said Trump Media failed to present enough evidence to prove the newspaper acted with actual malice. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum said crews began draining the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool again. That started on Sunday. It is the second time in 3 months that it's been drained. In an interview with a conservative podcaster, Burgum said they started draining the pool as planned after the 4th of July fireworks. He said this round of renovations will include removing fireworks debris and repairing what he's calling vandalism. As of yesterday evening, there was still water in the pool, and it's unclear if it will be drained further. Burgum said in yet another interview over the weekend that the pool may only need to be partially drained. And this move comes after weeks of problems have plagued the landmark, including algae blooms, green-hued water, a chipping bottom, and allegations of vandalisms. The problems became a national fixation, of course. And members of the Trump administration, including the president, have said that vandals caused damage to the pool by gashing the lining. But so far, nobody has proved any evidence to support that claim. In better news, if you've ever wanted to justify donuts for breakfast, well, Krispy Kreme's got a new idea that might make that happen. Krispy Kreme teaming up with the Girl Scouts to bring cookie-inspired flavors to its donut lineup. The company introducing limited-time collections featuring fan favorites like Thin Mint, Lemon Ups, and Coconut Caramel. The special donuts went on sale yesterday at participating Krispy Kreme locations. You can buy them individually or buy the dozens in either stores or online. This sweet, sweet collaboration available for a limited time and only while supplies last. And just so you know, I called Krispy Kreme on College Road in Wilmington this morning. They do in fact have these donuts, but the manager says they're selling fast. All right, we've got a little bit of World Cup news. The official ball that will be used in the final has been unveiled by Adidas, the company posting a photo of the soccer ball used in that game. It'll be used in the tournament semifinals, third place game, and the final match. It's called the Trianda Final and features a gold, white, and black design. Graphic elements celebrate the 16 host cities are all on the ball. Atlanta, Dallas, Miami, the New Jersey area are featured prominently on the main blocking and the design as the cities where the final matches will be played. You can see the ball on the pitch beginning July 14th and the semifinals. So I've got my guy here.
Hi,
Welcome to
friends.
Randyland. Did you see my new?
I saw your little
yes,
sign.
my little sign. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we skipped yesterday.
We did.
We haven't talked about much. The U.S. gone.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening these days?
Well, before we get to that, can we go back to the Krispy Kreme donuts for just a second?
We can.
Because holy crap, I want those donuts.
Well, they have them.
I want some Thin Mint donut.
Thin Mints are my favorite.
Yes.
I'm a hardcore Thin Mint.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be honest. I don't even know if I've eaten a different flavor of Girl Scout cookie in decades.
Agreed.
Yeah, and a Thin Mint donut sounds fantastic.
Yes.
We've had two donut stories. John and I were talking earlier because Brits Donuts is opening in Charleston.
Right.
Now, okay, let's go ahead and break it down.
Okay.
Fave donut.
Ooh.
Fave donut store.
Favorite donut. So it's going to go back to the one that I grew up with. Little store called Max Donuts in Aliquippa, PA.
I think that has a lot to do with why I like Krispy Kreme.
Mm-hmm.
Although John and I talked about this. Brits donuts are
Brits is
fantastic, but I have a caveat on that. I only like them in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take them home. They're not the same.
That's fair.
Listen, I wish I owned Brits donuts. That is a heck of a way to skin a cat. They
It is.
sell one thing.
Yeah.
You know?
And they do it well.
They do.
And that is one of those, when you have a classic like that, and people come back year after year, week after week, month after month, whatever, that's part of people's vacations.
Yeah. Oh, it is
Coming down
It
here.
is. It is. And there's always a line.
Mm-hmm.
Always a line.
I've
And then they
never
go
not
home.
seen
Then
a
they go home. In the summer, they go home. I mean, 6 months on. I like that kind of work-life balance. 6 months on, 6 months off.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So locally, first of all, I love Krispy Kreme, and I'm saying this. I've tried a lot, and they're all really good.
Oh, yeah.
But my wedding cake was 7 layers of Krispy Kreme donuts.
Why does that not surprise me?
Yeah, it was brill. It was fantastic. It
You
did
were
have
on a
little cake
sugar high and
topper.
then some.
I was on a love high, man. I got married. It took us 20 years to get down the aisle. So,
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the World Cup.
All right, back to the World Cup.
Lay down some knowledge on me.
Oh, boy. Well, we get a day off today, which is nice.
Okay.
We get a little bit of rest because we're now down to the final 8. So,
The final 8.
yep, quarterfinals. So rocking and rolling, and then this is where I said last week. We're getting to the business end of things. Now we're getting to the sharp end of things
Okay.
because the bracket's getting narrower.
Okay.
fewer and fewer teams.
So I know you're going to check your notes.
I got my notes.
What do we have to look forward to? So the next game, I guess,
game one,
in the quarterfinals, right?
France and Morocco.
Ooh.
Ooh, he says.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we've been talking
Number
about
one
Morocco.
versus number 1 versus number 6 in the world.
France is number 6.
France is number 1.
Number 1, excuse me.
Right.
I knew that. I'm sorry. I knew that. But we've talked about Morocco quite a bit
Yes,
because they've been kind of like the little team that could.
kind of. They've been holding it down for the African squads. So because they're the last of the African squads left. Egypt took Argentina to the absolute brink the other day, or yesterday, I guess it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
last one.
was that yesterday?
Yeah.
That was yesterday.
Yeah.
I've lost track of time.
But Argentina's still.
Argentina's still there.
Yeah.
Those last 15 minutes were crazy.
That was yes.
So why? Why were the last 15
Because-
minutes crazy?
Egypt was up 2-0, and then Argentina scored twice to tie it. Messi got the tying goal. Shocker.
Lionel Messi.
Yep.
He's having a great his late 30s are looking really good.
And now he's leading the Golden Boot. He's got the most goals.
What's the Golden Boot?
Whoever gets the most goals gets the Golden Boot.
Wait.
It's a trophy.
I've been waiting for this.
Oh no. Oh no.
Every time he gives me knowledge or anybody, I have finally gotten my the more you know sign.
I need the sound effect.
That's next. We're going to get the sound effect next. I have been
I
waiting.
knew this was gonna go off the rails. I knew it.
It was a birthday gift to me. The same person gave me the Randyland thing. I also have a mug with my face on it now that says Randyland. And I have been waiting for. I literally invited you in here, and I think I said it in my message. Bring me some knowledge.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I did.
I've been waiting.
Yep.
I thought we were going to have to ask about the ball for you to lay down some knowledge, but when you mentioned the golden boot, I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Well, speaking of the soccer ball, you know it has sensors in it.
Wait. Tell me more.
Yep. It's got a sensor in it, so they know where the ball is when it's been kicked. They're basically tracking it. They're using it for like offside calls and.
Do all of them have that, or just the golden ball?
No, the ones they're using for the World Cup. All the Trion does.
Now, does that change how they move?
Well, what they've done is, so the last World Cup, the sensor was suspended in the middle of the ball.
Yeah.
This time around, they have it on one of the panels. So to get the balance right, they put fake sensors on the other panels to keep it balanced.
Do the players complain about that?
They've hardly said a word about it.
Okay.
The only thing they've really said is just knowing that it's there, and it's just like, okay.
Okay.
It's making so they're using they're calling it a semi-automated offsides detection, and part of that is the ball.
Okay.
So because they're tracking all the players.
Do they do this not World Cup in regular games?
They're using it a lot more now. They've really expanded it in the World Cup with the sensors. The automated offside kind of.
I wonder if this is going to start used in other sports. Like, that would be great for tennis.
Oh, well, that's what they use the Hawkeye for, to judge balls in and out.
Yeah.
The only
if we're in the ball, wouldn't that be more accurate?
Well, the way the Hawkeye system works is so many cameras that it triangulates everything.
Okay.
So.
Basketball,
And that's basically
basketball, baseball.
Basketball, they really don't need it.
Basketball's crazy. I play
Yeah.
basketball.
Baseball, they use Hawkeye for the new automatic balls and strikes. So if a batter, or catcher, or pitcher wants to challenge a
we don't
ball
need
strike call.
umpires anymore, do we?
We do. We do. They get it right more often than people give them credit for. The big thing with the home plate umpire is, yes, their strike zone is subjective, and that's why they've come up with the automated balls and strike system. And you get a couple challenges a game, you lose a challenge, you're down to one, then lose the next one, you're out for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Of challenges. So, but no, they get it right a lot of times. There's just some umpires who just had egregiously bad calls on a regular basis, so they finally got it going.
All right, let's go back to soccer.
Back to soccer. Sorry,
we
got
got
off
here, and because I've got to keep this on track. Okay, so France likely.
France likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Morocco's going to give them a handful though. So, and France also has the most goals in the tournament. By the way, they're tied with Argentina for that.
Well, good. Nothing better than keeping the little French man down.
Hey, that's my heritage, man.
Oh, I love France. Are you kidding me? Just for the food.
Yeah, been there once. It was a fun time.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Then we got on Friday Spain and Belgium. So I think Spain's gonna do well in that one.
Wait. Okay. Since Belgium beat the USA, do we not want to pull for Belgium here?
No, I just think Spain's the better team.
Okay.
They're third in the world. Belgium's eighth.
Beat Canada.
Beat Canada. Yeah. Spain's also had 5 shutouts. They haven't let up a goal all season, all tournament.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's another big reason why I'm leaning towards Spain. And then Saturday we got a pair of games. We got Norway and England at 5, and then Argentina and Switzerland at 9.
So
Saturday.
England probably, right?
That's the game I'm looking forward to the most.
Okay.
We got Harry Kane and Erling Haaland.
That name.
Huh? I know you do. I know you do.
Love that name.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That one's going to be a really tight game, I think, and 2 amazing strikers in that one with, like I said, Kane and Haaland.
Is it too early for you to say who you think is going to rise to the top?
The problem is Spain.
Good.
The problem is, I think France. If I remember the bracket correctly off the top of my head, I think France and Spain are on the same side of the bracket, so they would meet in the semifinal. And I think the winner if the 2 of them make it to the final, the winner of that game is going to win it all.
So you think it'll be France or Morocco?
I think it'll be either. Yeah, it'll be either. I think it's either going to be France or Spain if they meet if they both advance out of here.
So Argentina, you don't think?
I think it's hard to bet against Messi.
It's kind of a one-man band. I don't hear about anybody else from Argentina.
Yeah, he's on the tail end of his career. This is his last hurrah, like Cristiano Ronaldo had his last hurrah the other day. But I think just.
Wait, you don't think Messi will come back for one more World Cup?
No, he's already said.
Well, because it's 4 years, and he'll be in his
he's already
40
said
then, right?
Yeah, he's already said. I think he's already said this is his last. He's already played in 6
Okay.
World Cups. So, But yeah, I think it's going to come down to probably the winner of France and Spain is going to probably come out on top.
Okay.
That's my guess.
All right. Will you sit here with me? Are we good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I want you to sit here with me because we have one more story we have to get to.
Of course.
And it's about somebody I truly love.
Go for it.
It's Dolly Parton.
Oh, Dolly.
I know. How
Everybody
about
loves
this?
Dolly.
How about this? She's going from the Smoky Mountains to New York City. Ooh. David Daniels got that and some more in today's Hollywood Minute.
I can officially announce that Dolly, a true original musical, is coming to Broadway.
You heard it from the source. The musical about Dolly Parton's life, loves, losses, and finding her way heads to Broadway in December. The music legend says it includes some of her biggest hits and new songs Parton wrote for the show. More info at dollymusical.com. New music from U2. Street of Dreams is from the band's first new studio album in 9 years. They shot the video in Mexico City in May. The album, no title announced yet, is due out later this year. In September, it'll be 50 years since U2 formed in Dublin.
Hey, you and I can heal the past. And together, we can build a new world.
Welcome to Team Avatar.
Return to the Four Nations with Avatar Aang, the Last Airbender. Aang and his friends learn of an ancient power that could save his culture from extinction or shatter the peace they worked so hard to build. The original movie debuts July 25th on Paramount+. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Our responses here in this room could not have been more distinctly gay versus straight. I'm all about Dolly Parton, and these two are like, oh, Avatar.
Hey, I was all about Dolly too.
Listen, who doesn't love Dolly?
No, I mean that
John,
that tagline.
John, you down with Dolly?
Yeah, I like Dolly.
Yeah, good. She could save the world.
Yeah, she could.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see the tagline for her music?
The Rhinestones.
The Rhinestones were not the whole story.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what a great tagline. Yeah. That's so her.
Yes, she put out a book one time about all of her outfits called Behind the Seams. I know, right? I know.
Glorious pun.
I know.
I love a good
Perfect.
pun.
Me too. I love a good pun.
Yes.
But I don't know anything about Avatar movies at all. I watched the very, very first one whenever that one came out, when it was in.
No, you're talking about
different Avatar.
Yeah, you're talking about the blue people. Or you're talking about
the blue people.
Okay, different series.
Oh,
completely different series.
See, I have no idea.
Where's your sign?
Wait,
where's your sign? There we go.
I think we all need to get these.
I'm going to get a sign that says, where's your sign?
You remember Jeff Foxworthy did that?
No, it was...
here's your sign.
It was Bill Engvald.
Oh, yeah. Here's your sign.
Here's your sign.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so I didn't know much about Avatar, but we were talking about U2. That first album was 50 years ago. 50 years ago.
Well, that makes sense. They've been around longer than I've been here, so that makes sense.
They, yeah, I know, right? But I will tell you, I went to see them during their Zootopia tour. I don't know if y'all remember that at all.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was probably 30 years ago, and it was so boring. And I love U2. It was just one of those things. Like, I'm like, can you just play War? Just can we have some oldie here at all?
Play some fun stuff.
It was a disappointment.
All right, here's a question for you.
Uh-oh.
No, this isn't a ready
moment.
I'm
ready.
All right. What was Randy's first concert?
Two kind of answers to that, because I had kind of like a mini first thing. I saw Air Supply when they came for the Azalea Festival.
Okay.
But my first big one, like in a big, like a huge concert, was Bruce Springsteen.
Where?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Okay.
And it was in January, and it was the concert where he recorded Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And at the end of the concert, he did it 4 times in a row.
Because they had to get all the shots.
Yes. How about you?
Jimmy Buffett at Star Lake Amphitheater outside Pittsburgh.
Well, Buffett.
I was
classic.
10 or 11 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You were like a baby parrot head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Still am to this day.
I love Buffett. Love Buffett. I love Key West, too. Like, have you been to Key West?
I have not been to Key West.
It looks like a Jimmy Buffett song.
Well, that makes sense.
It's heaven. Also, couldn't live there because, these people take day drinking seriously. They really do. Mm-hmm. It's a cool vibe, but it's a vacation vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about you, John? First concert?
I went to a bunch of different random church-related concerts for a long time. But my first actual concert, I'd have to say, is Cage the Elephant, and it was down here at Legion Stadium.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would have been a fun one.
It was a lot of fun.
Also, concerts at Legion are fun. Legion Stadium's a good place for them. I know.
Was that the baseball field,
where-
or is it actually in the football stadium?
I don't remember what part it was on.
Football stadium.
Okay.
All right, kids, they're going to kick us out of here. It's almost
no.
time. Thank you for coming in. I got to play with all my new toys today. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Judy. All right, that does it for us. It is another First Alert weather day, so that means it's hot, hot, hot. And we always say hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Enjoy your afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow.